In this video, we're going to look at organizing our content with categories, tags, and menus. Categories, tags, and menus are going to make it easier for people to find their way around all the different things that we create. So first we're going to look at what are categories and how do you add those to your site. Then we're going to look at adding tags, and then finally putting it all together by adding some menus. So with that in mind, let's start by adding some categories. Here in the WordPress dashboard, we know our content is there, it's on our site. We're going to try to get it organized. So let's go ahead and look at all of our posts. I've added just a couple more posts since we've had our last video, just so we can see how this might work. We can see right now all our posts have a default category of uncategorized. Now, there's a few ways that we could change this, but let's just have a look at that article that we wrote earlier. So in the editor, before we go to publish it, or even after the fact, we are able to come down here to this tab just here and find our categories. By default, WordPress puts everything in this uncategorized category, but we can unselect that and add a new category. So let's just say I want to make a new category for this one. I'll call it skills. And I don't need to set up a parent category. I could just leave that as is, and we'll click add new category. That's created the new category skills, which will be available for any of the posts that I might want to make. You can select multiple categories if you want to. Right now, let's go ahead and click update, and that will make sure that your posts save that category. And go over here on the left under posts to categories to see and manage the different categories that you've made. Right now we have the uncategorized category that comes with WordPress, and we also have this skills one that we've just created. If we wanted to, rather than creating a new category from the post editor, we could create one here so it's ready to use next time we write an article. So let's just say I want to create a new category, and I'll call it education. You'll need to add a slug, so this is how it'll appear in the web browser. Just don't put any spaces or special characters in there. Doesn't need a parent category. I could add something here just to give it a little bit of a helpful description. And when we're ready, we can click Add New Category. You can see that that one will be available to use in WordPress. I could also, if I wanted to, add a description next to the skills one that we made earlier and keep that organized too. And that is adding categories in WordPress. So now we're going to look at adding tags in WordPress. We'll do the same thing that we did before. If we come down to all posts, we can do this retroactively and add tags to any of the posts that we've made, or we can do this as we create new posts, as we're creating our content and building out our site. So earlier we've got our categories, including the new one that we just made, and here are tags. Now the difference between tags and categories are more broad things to organize your content. You probably just want a few categories on your site, whereas tags will be short descriptive words, and you can have as many as you like, and they'll bring all sorts of posts from different categories together just to kind of keep the information clear and clear that it's on the same page. So for this one, I might have a few different categories. I might have something like media. I'll just hit a comma, and that'll create that new tag, and let me keep typing if I want to add just a few more. So let's go ahead and just pop in a few more categories now. So when we're done, all those categories, those new tags are created. They'll be available to use as tags, but to make sure that they save to this particular post, I'll make sure that I click update. If we click to view this post, you'll see in the current theme that we're on, the default theme of WordPress, at the bottom of the post, if we scroll right down, you'll see that the category has been applied right there, and the different tags that we might applied show up there right next to that one. So that is adding categories and tags in WordPress. So last but not least, we'll take a look at adding menus to our site in WordPress. If I go up here to click to visit the site and just see what that looks like now, you can see that there's no organization at all at the moment. You're not really sure what's what on the page and how to get around. So to solve that issue, we're going to come in and we're going to add a menu to our WordPress site. So to do that, we're going to go to Appearance, and on the pop-out menu, select Menus. Now I'm going to give our menu something, a really clever name here. I'm going to call it Menu, very original, and click Create Menu. As you can see, you've got this panel on the right where you can select which pages you might want to put in your menu. So I'll select that About page that we made earlier and click Add Menu. You can also, if you wish, add individual posts that you've made to your menu. Rather than do that, I think I'll do what's quite common practice of adding the categories to the menu. So I like that skills category that we had. I'll add that to the menu. And I can't see the education we made, so I'll click View All, and there's the rest of the categories that we made. So I'll add that to the menu as well. If I wanted to, I could drag things around to reorder them, just like that. Or if I wanted to make a drop-down menu, I might put education under skills, and then on our menu that would appear as a drop-down. So if I click that save menu to save our progress so far, and we'll just have a quick look at the live site so far and see what that's looking like. And as you can see, nothing changed. The menu hasn't showed up like we wanted it to, and that's because we didn't specify a location for the menu. So if we head back to this menu, you can see you have a few options for where to put the menu after you've made it. Primary is how you put the menu at the top of your website. Footer would be how we add the menu, these links to the bottom of our website. And social links menu, that will vary depending on your theme. That might be where your Twitter, Facebook, and logos, that sort of thing goes. So for this website, I'm going to put this menu in the primary, the header, the top of our website. And I'll click Save Menu. Let's go ahead and take a look at the site to see how that's changed. And we can see here now that we have our brand new menu that's up there and makes it a little bit easier for people to bounce around the site and find their way around. And that is how you add categories, tags, and menus to WordPress.